So Sony has had many failures of this year. Heck, even like the PS5, those sales have slowed down because kind of like with the 3DS, Sony doesn't know what to do. Okay, I really don't understand. And again, it's not just Sony. You know, if Nintendo did this with the 3DS, like the 3DS had released all of the huge game at the beginning of its life cycle. The last like real major game that wasn't a Pokemon game was Smash Bros. For 3DS, and Nintendo just kind of just dropped the ball for the 3DS and even the Wii U, but the Wii U was destined to fail. But they dropped the ball for the 3DS. Like I had an idea of like tons of games that would be successful for the 3DS, like porting Wii games like Mario Galaxy to the 3DS or Mario Sunshine, Mario 64. Like yes, people may not be a big fan of that, but it will still sell a lot of copies because a lot of people like those games. Or making more, games like from other franchises that haven't been present on the 3DS as well. But Nintendo really dropped the ball on the 3DS era of the as well. And I think Sony's doing the same thing at the PS5. I think Sony's, success is finally starting to get to the head, okay, as well. And afraid the bigger they get, the harder they fall. It happened to Disney, okay? Disney had this unstoppable year of 2019 with all of the highest grossing movies. They had 9 of the highest grossing movies of the year, and it all fell to the ground. And Disney, I think Disney had a recovery this year. No, not this year. Last year. This year. Again, this year hasn't really started. So basically, in the past year. Okay, in the past year, that's what I'm just referring to. This year, past year, basically, Disney had a slight recovery, but there were still tons of flops by Disney as well, including the newest movie, A Complete Unknown, which was a huge, huge failure as well. But it seems that Sony wants to double down on live service games. They had one successful live service game, which was drumroll Helldivers 2. Okay. I think if Sony makes actual good games, people won't care if they're live service games. Because again, as proven by Marvel Rivals, I think if developers make an actually good game, it shouldn't matter if the game's live service or not. Okay, and I think that's the problem. Okay, they make bad games and people just don't care. Okay, Sony is just making bad choices with the console, and I think I agree with a lot. Like article is saying a lot of the things I'm basically saying, that Sony needs to make good games, make games to appeal. The reason that PlayStation's appeal was single player games as well, and Sony is confirming that yes, consoles will become the core. They're doing the same thing that Microsoft is doing. So I guess exclusives are gone, okay, because Sony's doing the same thing too. We're deploying games to Nintendo Switch obviously as well. So yeah. And live service games that released on multiple platforms before is important. So it's not just Microsoft doing the same thing. Like I criticize Microsoft a lot this year for doing this, but heck, Sony's doing this too. So I guess the whole idea of having separate consoles of exclusive games is the end. Okay. Yeah, but that's about this video here. Goodbye.